but she went from 1 to 3.
That's funny.
Well, she just said, can you bring, like, something else that isn't food? Like,
Instead, she's bringing glittery oysters.
She's gonna spit in her casserole before she serves it.
oh.
Welcome back to the Neighbors Pod. I'm Haley.
I'm Janina.
And I'm Julia, and today we are diving into some Thanksgiving drama, courtesy of Reddit's Am I the Asshole?
Because what's Thanksgiving without a little family drama?
We're talking turkeys, tantrums, and who's getting cut out of the group chat this year. Spoiler alert, it's me.
Our first story is, am I the asshole for sitting on my husband's lap during Thanksgiving because all the chairs at the table were taken? Kinda yucky.
Immediately, yes, you are. Sorry.
So I, female 28, have been with my husband, Sean, male 33, for 2 years, married for 5 months. Most of his family are decent people, but his mom can be a little of a passive-aggressive and tends to criticize me a lot. Sean sees it as her still not getting used to me being around, but I don't know, because she treats his ex, Julissa, sorry.
Whoa.
Good.
Why is the ex even there?
Yeah.
Mother-in-law says that Julissa has been around the family for ages, and her past with Sean never affected her relationship with her. Fine, I never minded her attending every holiday and being around until yesterday.
Yeah, that's weird.
We had Thanksgiving dinner at my mother-in-law's house. Sean went there before me, and when I arrived, it was already dinner time. Why are you late to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was seated, and I saw that all the chairs were taken. I asked the mother-in-law why she didn't save me a seat, and she said, sorry, and that one of her granddaughters decided to show up last minute, and the chair was taken. I looked at her, and then at Julissa, who was sitting next to Sean,
No.
and tried to point out how I was more deserving of her chair since I'm the daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Parentheses, I know I shouldn't have said it. I know. You should have said it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're being outlandish right now.
Mother-in-law flat out said that Julissa is as much family as me, and that it was rude to imply otherwise. Julissa was nodding confidently while glancing at me. I was so upset I wanted to leave, but decided to just sit on my husband's lap and act as casual as possible. I sat on his lap asking if he was okay with it. Don't worry, I'm petite. He's strong-built.
Of course.
Started eating so casually while smiling and complimenting the food and mentioning to Sean how warm and comfortable his lap was. The table went awkwardly silent.
Yeah. You lost me there, but you're not. That doesn't make you an asshole.
Brother-in-law would try to break the silence and change the subject, but it somehow goes back to being awkward. Mother-in-law and Julissa were barely eating and were staring at each other and then at me, eyes wide open. Minutes later, Julissa excused herself to the bathroom, and so did my mother-in-law. It was still awkward, but I did my best to focus on dinner. Sean was eating as well. Later, there was just so much tension, and mother-in-law was barely able to speak after Julissa left, early, like right after dinner. Sean and I went home, and mother-in-law tried calling, but then called Sean and texted me saying that what I did was inappropriate and that I ruined Thanksgiving dinner and made it awkward. She said it wasn't her fault chairs were taken, and I could have dragged a chair from the kitchen, but acted childishly and made Julissa and the family uncomfortable with how inappropriate I was. Edit. I need to mention that even if I took a chair from the kitchen, there was not enough space at the dinner table to fit the chair. Everyone was sitting next to each other.
Ex-girlfriend, go home.
Yeah, why is she there? You don't have family? Anyone else other than your ex-boyfriend who's married?
Yeah.
No one did a head count?
I know. That's kind of crazy.
And I think that the host, which is the mother-in-law, should have brought an extra chair.
Yeah.
It's okay if you're not sitting at the table. At least sit with everyone.
I feel like there was definitely a way to fit another person at the table. She just didn't want this girl to be there.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
That's nuts.
Would you get a divorce?
I just find it insane that the husband didn't say, get up.
Yeah.
It's giving red flags for sure.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's divorceable. Like, what else
That
is
family
there?
is in your life for the rest of your life. And your husband's ex-girlfriend is going to be at every family event.
No, you gotta get her out. You gotta give an ultimatum. It's me or
She's
her.
family.
Yeah.
Nah. But he didn't say that. The mother-in-law did. He's gotta be willing to kick her out.
He's not gonna. I bet the mother-in-law would be like, well, it's my house, I'm hosting.
Yeah.
Then he can't go.
The nerve is crazy.
And for him to sit next to her?
Yeah, that's the wild part. Does he still like her? Does he want his cake and to eat it too?
Sounding unresolved.
Because I judged at first about that seating situation.
I know. Because it
wasn't
is
right.
a little immature to sit on your husband's lap.
Yeah, and I was imagining if I were sitting at that table with them and I witnessed it, I would be like, can we figure something out so I don't have
Yeah.
to look at this?
But, like, also I'd be like, just take my chair. I'm done eating. Please just be normal.
Yeah, I'll sit on
But
the
it
floor.
sounds like this family is just crazy.
Well, the ex-girlfriend shouldn't even be there in
Correct.
the first place.
Correct.
Or were their children also sitting at the table? Because I think they could have moved.
Well, yeah, because they said that a granddaughter came that wasn't on the list or something.
Oh, my.
So
It
she
did
took
sound
the
like
extra
kids were
chair.
at the table, too.
But also, what no kid wants to sit at the table. I just think the family hates the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were so many solutions for
That's
her to
so
have a place at the
sad.
table. It is so sad. I wouldn't want to be in that family.
They like the ex-girlfriend more than the wife.
That's horrible.
I wonder if there's anything more to know.
And he didn't even, like, stand up for her.
I know. What's that movie with Leighton Meester, Xmas? It's literally this story.
No, I didn't see that.
She, like, the guy comes home from wherever city he was in, and Leighton is the ex-girlfriend, and she's, like, cooking dinner with the mom. And he was bringing someone home for Christmas, but the ex-girlfriend was there.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's giving red flag.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
That's horrible.
Oh.
Is she the asshole?
No.
No.
Nah. But stand your ground. Stand up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to do the same.
Yeah, he sounds like a wimp. Not a fan. Not a fan of anyone in this relationship.
No.
No. It doesn't sound good for anyone.
Mm-mm.
Alrighty. My turn?
Sure.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not following traditions in Thanksgiving? Hi. I am using a throwaway for this one as my husband knows about my main, I guess, her Reddit account. So, to start this off, I, 27 female, have been dating my husband, 34 male, since 2018. We got married 3 years into our relationship, so in 2021, and things have been going extremely well. We have spent 4 years of Thanksgiving at my parents' house. This was the first time we chose to spend it at his parents' house. When we got there, my mother-in-law, her mother, and both my mother-in-laws were in the kitchen, all helping each other with food. Me and my husband went in there and talked for a bit. My mother-in-law asked me if I would like to help out. I said, not right now. Would it be okay if I come back out and help out in a bit? She very nicely said it was totally fine and told me and my husband to get us something to drink and hang out with the men and kids. My husband gave me a nasty look and said, "You're not even going to help?" His mother just said that... Oh, wait. Yeah, his mother just said that there were more than enough people, and she just asked me in case I wanted to help with cooking, but that they were managing all fine. He grabbed only a beer for himself and went to the living room, so I did the same and followed him after. I ended up helping them with setting everything up on the table as I wanted to try and help out just a little bit. His mother did not ask me to do this, neither did my in-laws. What is that?
Sister-in-law.
Okay. Dinner went extremely well. We talked a lot, and I really like his family. When we and husband got in the car, he started mumbling really angrily at me. I asked him about 3 times what he's saying before he blew up at me. He told me that it is their tradition that the women are in the kitchen cooking, that I disrespected his mother in his own house by acting so entitled. We ended up having an argument about this whole thing, and he has not stopped insisting on that his mother is offended by this. I've not talked to her about this. She did not tell me anything about being offended either. But I know his mom is a really nice woman who would never say anything bad about someone. So I'm already starting to think that maybe I really disrespected his mom and she just doesn't have the heart to tell me.
Aw.
So am I the asshole for not following their traditions? I feel like I was an asshole because not helping out would have been that hard, but I know the outcome. I would have just stayed and helped out. And then there's 2 edits. Do you want me to read those?
Yeah.
Okay. Edit number 1. I don't know if this will help my case, but I am working as a nurse and had just come home from an 18-hour shift and directly went to my mother-in-law's house. Hence why I was not that keen on helping out with dinner. I could not get that day off. Don't know if this is relevant or not. It was just my reasoning behind this. And edit number 2. I've seen many people thinking this, and I've tried to responding to the comments, but I did not completely ignore or disregard the female side of my in-laws. I sat in the kitchen talking with them for most of the time, but I also went to make small talk with all the other people. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal if it's already jam-packed and she's a guest at their Thanksgiving.
She's a guest, period.
If the husband made it such a big deal that it was a tradition, he should have warned her beforehand.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Also,
she could have done something.
How are you talking about your wife when you grabbed a beer and sat down the whole day?
Yeah. Well, it's the woman doing all the work. Apparently.
I hate that.
And she set up the table. I think that's like... Okay, I'm not going to say that's more responsible than cooking, but...
It's a big part of the day.
Yeah, to make it look cute and festive and welcoming to sit down at is so important too.
And showing up after an 18-hour shift.
Yeah, that's insane.
Aren't you dead?
I wouldn't go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she already was doing something good by showing up to Thanksgiving at her in-laws.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but if that were me and somebody asked me for help, I think I would have to do it.
Yeah.
If somebody, you wouldn't turn it down, right?
Yeah.
No.
Even if I was tired, I would still say, okay, yeah, what do you need?
I would do a little something.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting that she said no.
Yeah.
But she also said it was packed.
Yeah.
Like,
that
if
must
there's
be
like
so
barely any room
awkward.
to walk around
Yeah. And you don't want to just take up more space, basically.
Yeah.
after working an 18-hour shift.
Yeah. Especially if it's all clicky. Like, some families are so weird and, like, you have to know where this dish is and where that dish goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, like, I wouldn't expect a guest to do any of that.
Yeah. And if you have a problem with it, she should have said something directly.
Yeah.
Because she's saying, oh, my mother-in-law is so nice, she wouldn't confront me. Okay. Well, then don't make it into a whole thing after the fact.
But that was husband
him.
did it.
Yeah.
But it was because he said that his mom was upset, right?
I think he just thinks his mom is upset.
Yeah.
Ugh. I hate that. Everyone's husbands are just yelling at them.
It's giving Zach from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
You're gonna say Zach Bryan.
No. I don't know anything about that man.
You're lucky.
There's two.
No.
Wow.
TTT.
She's not the asshole, but I think she could have just communicated a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, I'm tired. I'll set the table instead. The kitchen looks full.
No, I think communicate with the husband better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the family, I don't think, cares at all.
No.
But be like, hey.
And he's got to get over it then, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, was he helping at her Thanksgivings for the last, 3-4 years that they were there?
I'll bet you he wasn't.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why does she have to help at yours now?
Yeah, no. Not the asshole. Your husband's the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole. Am I the asshole for declining my sister's Thanksgiving invite due to her cats and dogs? Every year, my 35 male... Wait, what? It says 35M wife. Okay, I'm going to start over.
Okay.
Every year, my 35-year-old wife and I rotate whose family we go to for Thanksgiving. One year mine, the next year hers. This year is due to be with my family. Typically, my parents host, but this year my sister, 29, and husband asked to host, and my parents okayed it. I declined and caused an uproar. I've been called an asshole, rude, etc. My sister loves animals, and well, I don't. I rarely go to her house, and when I do, it's without my kids and wife. First of all, I find the fact that she lets her cats into the kitchen and on the counters really effing gross.
Ew.
2, her dog is super obnoxious, not all that well behaved. He'll jump on you and that type of stuff. I wouldn't say it's dangerous, it's just very annoying. When the news about who's hosting came to me, I discussed it with my wife, said, let's go to your families, and my wife was good with that. I let my parents know and they said I was overreacting. They love her dog, so in my opinion, they have a distorted viewpoint. The news made it to my sister and she wasn't happy. I told her we would come if the animal stayed in another room, and didn't come out at all. and I would clean the kitchen. Ooh.
Wow.
She said I could clean all I wanted, but that was disrespectful. I told her that the pets are not family to me and I don't want to spend time with them. I've left it with the fact that I'm not going to my sister's, but my sister and parents are upset with my decision. That's that.
Not the asshole.
And I saw some comments that people were arguing, and the replies to that said, "Oh, you don't have pets, da da da."
I just think animals are inherently dirty and messy, and you could be the most beautiful owner of a pet, but still you have to go like the extra mile to just do the bare minimum in your apartment, let alone hosting a Thanksgiving meal. You know there's cat hair in one dish. That alone would be enough for me to not go.
If there's cats on the kitchen counter,
Disgusting.
that's a problem to me.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a common thing
Yeah.
for people. Because, like, you can't really control your cat like that.
Yeah,
So-
but that's why in this case, keep the cat in the room.
Yeah, and also, if the sister would have just put the dog in the kennel for 1 hour while they were eating, that's an easy solution.
And
Or
she
just
even
another room, a basement,
Yeah.
something.
offering to clean her kitchen too.
Yeah, which kind of is a slap in the face.
Yeah,
Kind of is like, you're dirty.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of the asshole there.
I mean, yeah, he is being a little extra with him hating her animals.
Yeah. But I think the general request was fine, and I bet a lot of people in the family, though they might not voice it, probably feel the same way.
Yeah.
Although, if they do love the animals, they could be just blindsided by love and not care.
That's true. But even as a kid, like, my cousins had big dogs, and I was scared of them. I was a kid, even though they were good dogs. So, like, if they were just like, hey, like, a lot of people come in the house, I'm going to put the dog away.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the common sense thing to do.
My cousins do that whenever they host.
Yeah.
The animals go in the basement.
Yeah.
Not to mention people are coming in and out of the house. You don't want them running out.
Yeah.
What have you.
I think the sister's overall the asshole there.
And the family. They're being
And
rude.
the family. Yeah, the parents. Yeah. God, these families.
Yeah. This is terrible. I feel like I would be the type to say this to my sibling. If that were like,
Yeah.
if I knew that they had cat hair everywhere,
Yeah.
I'd be like, you're going to figure that out, right?
You're gonna cook after that's cleaned up, right?
That is true. No, the sibling dynamic, I think, makes this more relatable. But the parents getting involved is what is the bad part there.
Yeah.
Because siblings you can, like, be straight with, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's, like, teaming up with the parents, then
Yeah.
that's where it gets weird.
Parents are supposed to be neutral.
Yeah. Or at least be right. They're wrong here. They're on my side. They could be involved. We're on to round 2. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because her cooking is ruining the meal?
Oofa.
Every year, our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we all typically bring a dish or two. My sister, who's a lovely person in every other way, insists on cooking something handmade every time. The issue, she's not a great cook. And I don't just mean not great, I mean she has somehow managed to turn classic dishes into borderline inedible creations.
Oh my god.
For context, last Thanksgiving, she showed up with her special recipe stuffing that was overseasoned with random spices like cinnamon and cardamom. It was dry and the flavors were confusing and totally off for a stuffing. Only one person took a small bite and the rest went untouched. Aww. Another year, she brought a green bean casserole that had some kind of strange, chewy texture. She later admitted she used coconut milk and almond flour to experiment. No one wanted seconds of that either. This year, I'm hosting Thanksgiving. Since I'm responsible for putting it all together, I wanted to keep the menu consistent so that people could actually enjoy a cohesive meal. I thought I'd avoid drama by asking her to bring non-food items instead, like wine, soda, or even some flowers. I explained to her very kindly that I just wanted to make things easy and streamlined and I'd handle the main dishes. But she didn't take it well. She got offended and told me I was being controlling and shutting her out of the family gathering. She then accused me of making her feel inadequate and said that Thanksgiving is about everyone contributing, not me deciding what's acceptable. I told her that everyone appreciates her effort, but that she could contribute in other ways and still be part of it. She doubled down, saying she's bringing her famous green bean casserole,
Oh my god.
whether I like it or not. Now, My mom and a couple of other family members have chimed in saying I should just let her bring whatever she wants because it's Thanksgiving and it's the thought that counts. They're acting like I'm committing some huge offense by wanting the food to be enjoyable for everyone and not have random experimental dishes that no one will eat. But I feel like I'm trying to keep the meal enjoyable and frankly edible. I don't think it's wrong to want guests to actually enjoy the food, especially since I'm putting in a lot of effort to host. Am I really being unreasonable here? Am I the asshole? Do you guys want an update?
Yeah, sure.
Update. Alright, well, things have escalated fast. Thanks to everyone who offered advice, I tried to compromise, but it's already turning into a whole thing, and Thanksgiving is still a few weeks away. By the way, this was 15 days ago, so this is for this year's Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
After our last conversation, my sister was being pretty cagey about what she planned to make, so I reached out to my mom, hoping she could smooth things over. Instead, she got defensive, saying I'm overthinking and that it's just one dish. I told her I wasn't sure it was just one dish anymore, especially after hearing about my sister's grocery haul, including canned oysters and edible glitter.
Oh.
Then, my mom let slip that my sister has been hard at work on a creative menu she's planning as her Thanksgiving surprise.
Oh my god.
She's gonna show up with the whole meal?
Apparently, she's been telling the family group chat, which I wasn't included in, by the way, that I'm being controlling and that she wants to expand everyone's palate with something truly unique. To top it off, my cousin sent me a screenshot from the group chat where my sister said that she's bringing not one, but 3 dishes to Thanksgiving now.
Oh my god.
She's calling them her Thanksgiving trio experience. Complete with her own place settings and little menu cards she's designing. I'm officially panicking because I have no idea what she's planning to serve, and from what I heard, it's not even remotely traditional. At this point, half the family thinks I'm overreacting, while the other half is texting me things like, is she really bringing glittered sweet potatoes? I feel stuck. If I try to control it anymore, I'm the bad guy, but if I don't, Thanksgiving might turn into a tasting event for my sister's avant-garde cooking. So yeah, Thanksgiving is weeks away, and it's already become a family spectacle. I don't know whether to brace myself or just preemptively order pizza.
Okay.
Preemptively order pizza and cancel on hosting.
No.
Oh my
I think the sister is being dramatic.
No, really?
No, not the girl cooking.
I know. Other girl.
Just let her bring it. Nobody's gonna eat it. Who cares?
You mean her spectacle? Her tasting spectacle?
She only took it to that level because she told her not to bring it 10 times.
Yeah, fair. But she went from 1 to 3.
That's funny.
Well, she just said, can you bring, like, something else that isn't food? Like,
Instead, she's bringing glittery oysters.
She's gonna spit in her casserole before she serves it.
oh.
I think it is, to back up the person that wrote in the story, she is kind of ruining the dinner that she planned.
Yes.
She is.
She just has to let loose a little bit.
It's true. Yeah.
If you're just gonna do that, then what can you do?
Yeah, but it also sounds like this person's probably just a planner like that.
Yeah, definitely.
To want things to be perfect.
Yeah.
If the sister felt so inclined to want to cook Thanksgiving dinner, she should have been like, I will host.
No, nobody wants her host. She can't cook.
Well, she's doing this out of spite. So, why is the family being supportive? Call her ass out.
How could you have no taste buds to not know that you're cooking a shit?
Why not pay for cooking classes?
There's so many things that she could do.
To learn.
Or notice that nobody's touching your food.
I know. Like, I would be embarrassed if I brought a dish somewhere and no one touched it. And now she's tripled it.
Almond flour and
called her
coconut
recipe
milk.
famous.
For being terrible.
Yeah.
That's called infamous, babe. Look it up.
Yeah. Making note cards and bringing it to someone else's house is hilarious. It's hilarious. And I love a menu. I do. But not when you're not hosting.
But my question, will the note cards include the other menu items? Or just hers?
Just the
Just
sisters.
hers.
That's almost, it's comedic. It's funny.
It is funny.
The family can laugh at her.
But I don't think they will.
So are they agreeing with it just so they can all laugh at her? That's also incredibly mean.
I think the family is taking it serious.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think the family is also taking it serious.
Because if this went down
Because
in
they're
my
texting
house,
the person hosting, calling and complaining about it and trying to figure out what
Yeah.
the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bizarre.
What were you gonna say if it happened in your house?
People would probably, like, let's say my sister Emma did that. Everyone would be like, oh, are you serious, Emma? Like, just kind of laughing, wondering if she's just trying to put on a show, almost. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Oysters.
For Thanksgiving?
Glitter.
Oyster, sorry. And almond flour crumble.
With your green beans.
Yum. I mean, I would just personally be so sad if no one liked my food.
Yeah.
So I would not be doing. But the sister must be delusional.
Yeah.
At least out of spite, order it from somewhere and pretend it's yours and be like, I learned how to cook this time
she's
too.
proud that it's hers.
Yeah.
I know, but
Is she just doing it from scratch? Like, she's not
think
following a
so.
recipe.
she can't be if it's coming out that bad.
I love that it's in 15. Like, it's this year.
It's this. I can't wait to see what happens.
You gotta save that.
I should follow them.
Please.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it says, unfortunately, she doesn't just let it go when people don't eat her food. She'll try to encourage everyone to taste it by asking each person directly if they've had some yet, and even pointing out specific flavors or unique ingredients that she thinks we should appreciate.
Ew.
If people avoid it, she'll make comments like, it's okay if you're not adventurous, or she'll say that her dish is for people with a refined palate. It puts everyone in an awkward spot where we feel pressured to pretend we like it to keep the peace. So they've tried other things.
How old is she? I wish we knew. Do we
Did
know?
it say? Let's see.
I think they're all delusional for willingly letting her bring food and signing up for this again.
It just says my sister. There's no age.
No way.
She's 12.
No. Even it's like she's Trina Vega. That's what I'm getting.
Yes.
She wants it to be about her, but she's like going the wrong way about it.
But the family for letting this happen too and subjecting themselves to that sort of peer pressure from her to be like, did you try it yet? Oh,
Yeah.
So you're not adventurous? Yeah. But what about this cinnamon in your green bean casserole?
She's clearly delusional. You can't fight crazy.
No.
Yeah.
You can't. You'll
You'll
not
never
the
win.
Asshole.
That's so funny.
That's
No, you're not.
I can't. I wish I would pay to have a seat at your Thanksgiving though, and be interrogated
Just
about
to
why
be a
I'm
fly
not
on the
eating
wall. Not even
Yeah.
a seat.
it. No, I want to see. I want to see her questioning everyone why they didn't eat her food.
Well, Jason Derulo's what you say.
Much say.
What you say?
That was hilarious. She did. I think the sister's the asshole and the family for like egging it on. And
Yeah.
they will rue it because they're gonna have to eat the food.
I'm not eating it.
All they were trying to do was set up a good Thanksgiving. And you played yourself.
You did. Now you're throwing up on the table.
You played yourself in the process.
Would you rather go to that Thanksgiving or the one with the cat on the dining room table?
That.
No shot. Cat on the table.
You want to go to the cat? Instead of sparkles, you'll have cat hair in your casserole.
Yo, at least I can eat around that. Ew.
No, I gotta take the edible glitter, I think. I fear.
We're acting like there's not other options at this table.
We have a sister that's cornering you to try her food, so you're gonna have to eat it. No, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either. That's why I'm going to the...
I could eat an
animal one.
oyster. Look down.
A mystery oyster.
Alrighty. Ooh, this one says it was posted 3 months ago.
Ooh.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to do Thanksgiving this year? I, 40-year-old female, and I, 6 sisters.
Jeez.
My 2 older sisters are 44 and 47, and 4 younger sisters are 38, 36, 34, and 32. We've always been a close-knit family, and for the past decade, I've taken on the responsibility of hosting Thanksgiving at my house. I enjoy having everyone over, but it's a lot of work, especially since we all have at least 2 kids each, all in the age group of 5 to 15. It's chaos, but joyful chaos.
Aww.
My husband helps out, but the majority of the planning, cooking, and organizing fall on me. Yeah. This year, I decided I needed a break. Life has been hectic, and I'm feeling burnt out. Between work, taking care of my kids, 10 and 11-year-old boys, and other responsibilities, I'm just not up for taking on the task of hosting a big family gathering. So I suggested that one of my sisters take over Thanksgiving hosting this year. I brought this up in our family group chat, thinking it would be a reasonable request and it's plenty ahead of time. However, two of my older sisters, Sarah, 47, and Emily, 44, ooh, now we're name dropping, were not happy with the idea. Sarah has a busy job in a smaller house, so she feels she can't accommodate everyone comfortably. Emily argued that she's been dealing with a lot of stress lately and doesn't have the energy to host. They both suggested that I've been doing it for so long, I should just keep the tradition going, especially since my house is the most spacious and I'm the one who knows how to do it right. My younger sisters were more understanding, but they also hesitated to take on the responsibility. My sister Jessica, oh my god, more name dropping, 38, said she would be willing to help out more with the preparations if I hosted, but she wasn't confident about hosting the entire event herself. The other younger sisters offered similar compromises, but no one was willing to take on the full load. After some back and forth, I stood firmly and said, I really need someone else to host this year. I suggested we even make it a potluck to ease the burden, but Sarah and Emily were still upset. They accused me of being selfish and abandoning a family tradition that I've upheld for years. They argued that I'm the one with the most experience and that Thanksgiving just wouldn't be the same if I didn't host. Now, there's tension in the family, with my older sisters feeling like I'm letting them down. I feel like I've done my fair share over the years and it's unreasonable to ask for a break. But at the same time, I understand that my older sisters are also under a lot of pressure and that hosting Thanksgiving is a big deal for the family. So, am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving this year after doing it for the past decade? ETA, the second oldest, Emily, handles Christmas. So I feel like it's totally fair that she does not want to do both. She does not cook, though. She hires a catering company, but still takes on a lot regardless. And then there's another update. It's just them going back and forth about Christmas and Emily and Thanksgiving.
I initially was going to say that Emily shouldn't be talking if she says she was stressed out too, but knowing she hosts Christmas makes it all different.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can't host two back to back.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. If she did Thanksgiving, someone else would have to do Christmas.
That kind of stinks that they had it for 10 years, over 10 years, and now you don't want to do it.
Because that is an expectation.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, this was posted 3 months ago. So plenty of time.
Yeah.
Low-key, I think the younger sisters should have worked together and just figured out who can actually host and the other three pitch in.
Well, I also think the younger sister that offered to help should have just been like, all we're using of you is your house, and I will do everything else.
Yeah.
If it was that big of a importance.
And the other younger sisters were willing to help too. So if that one was feeling stressed, they could just be like, okay, you bring X, Y, and Z, or you bring X, you bring Y, you bring Z. I'll handle A, B, and C. Boom. Game plan right there.
I agree. Well, just the fact of still hosting at our house.
Yeah.
There's 6 siblings. They can come up with food.
Either that or, just take all that money and time and just get a room at a restaurant instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're so set on Thanksgiving, they should just go somewhere else then to celebrate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, if it's just your immediate family, they don't care how big your house is.
Well, when you have 6 siblings and all the kids / cousins coming over, it adds up.
I just feel like they can't be yelling at this sister when no one else is offering any solution.
I don't think so.
And there's so much work that goes into throwing a party.
They're kind of like guilt tripping her, it feels. To just keep doing it just because she's been doing it.
Yeah, and I do understand that.
Yeah.
Like,
this
year's allowed to be different for her to be too overwhelmed in other ways to host again.
Yeah, and she did let them know in like August, September.
Yeah.
Ooh. I would be convinced to just keep hosting if I was the sister. I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I'd stand my ground.
I wouldn't stand my ground.
I feel like once, I don't know, what if your stress changes by the time it's Thanksgiving?
Yeah. And also, you're always going to be stressed. I get it. Sure, it's a valid excuse, but like
Yeah.
tradition, gotta keep it going.
New traditions.
New tradition is not seeing your family. That kind of sucks.
No, but someone else could host and
No one
switch
else
it up.
is stepping up.
Well, she can't be the only one. It's a two-way street.
It's a
a
six-way,
seven.
seven-way
Yeah.
street. Yeah, that sucks.
And actually, even if she did still host it at her house, but had the siblings do the preparation, I feel like you're still going to be bound
You're
to clean up
yeah.
and do everything
And
else.
set up.
Pick up the house, clean the bathrooms, clean the dishes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they're just better off pooling money and going out to eat instead at a restaurant.
Yeah, they should do that.
Just do a party style instead.
I wonder what they're going to do this year.
Yeah.
Should we follow this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't close it then.
I don't think she's the asshole, but I understand the siblings' POV.
Mm-hmm. That does stink. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I would be sad.
But if everyone's upset enough, then you can,
Do it yourself.
and help.
Yeah, there's 7 of you.
And they have kids.
Yeah,
Kids can help.
kids can help.
Am I the asshole for leaving Thanksgiving dinner at my mother-in-law's house after I discovered she threw out my dish? I, 27 female, am 5 months pregnant. I have pre-existing health issues that I manage by having a diet with no meat. This has caused me and my mother-in-law to have conflicts, especially when I refuse to eat the food she makes. I
Oh.
used to either come and not eat anything or just stay home. Since I'm pregnant, I could not attend Thanksgiving and not bring food with me out of respect for my mother-in-law. I cooked a small meal and brought it with me. Mother-in-law made a fuss about it, but justified it as I was making a mistake robbing her grandbaby of getting all the meat benefits, as in
please.
the unborn child. I explained that I take supplements as a replacement, but she shrugged and was upset. We waited till the dinner table was set. Mother-in-law didn't let me help or go into the kitchen at all. She took my dish and said that she'd reheat it for me and put it on the table. Yet, when I sat down, I was stunned to have discovered that she had not put my dish there. When asked publicly, she denied receiving any dish from me and started asking if I accidentally left it at home or in the car.
Oh no.
There was a huge blow-up. My mother-in-law tried to convince me to sit back down and just eat what she put on the table. I refused, but my husband insisted and told me to let it go this time. So I decided to leave. I grabbed my stuff and walked out. I found out that she threw out the dish I brought and tried to get me to just eat what she put on the table. She said that she was looking out for the grandbaby's health, and my husband said it was not worth leaving the celebration and causing a scene. We had a big argument, and his mom thinks I'm being dramatic and hard to deal with. Am I the asshole?
Nah, that's crazy.
That is wild. To gaslight her in front of the family and say you didn't bring a dish to my Thanksgiving is crazy.
And for literal health reasons, she cannot eat meat.
Yeah, that part, because she's not a doctor. You had a baby 50 years ago. Things have changed. No.
People think they know it all.
God, I hate that. You're not a doctor.
That's nuts. And you're not her doctor either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if she was a doctor, you don't know her and her history.
Mm-hmm.
And not to
Ooh.
mention, she would not be eating. You threw out the meal that she made so that she could eat it.
That is sick and twisted.
Yeah.
But
That's
the
so
husband
mean.
not wanting to leave again, I would leave. I'd
Because
wait
these men love
outside.
their mothers.
Mama's boys.
Your mom threw out your pregnant wife's only meal. Now the baby's gonna be sick because he's starving.
Yeah.
How do you like
Way to
that
go.
one?
Are you proud of that?
This is sick.
That is horrible.
It's terrible.
It is.
Families, man.
I have some vegetarians on my mom's or my dad's side of Christmas. And, like, people bring vegetarian food for them because they know they're going to be there.
Yeah, it's the thoughtful thing to do.
Yeah.
Imagine the last story threw out the sisters' meals. You didn't show up with anything. What do you mean?
There was no glitter oysters.
That is horrible. That mom is insane and she hates you.
Yeah.
She hates you.
Divorce? Now this one, divorce. Yes or no?
It's like, you're not married to the mother, I get it. But that's crazy. That's disrespecting your whole family because that's your husband and your baby.
Yeah.
So you're disrespecting your husband too.
And just imagine when the baby's born, how controlling she's going to be.
No.
Oh my god, no.
To the grandchild.
People are crazy.
I know.
That whole scene when you were reading it reminded me of Nobody Wants This. Did you guys watch that yet?
No.
There's a scene in Nobody Wants This where the girlfriend brings a charcuterie dish to the boyfriend's home, but they're Jewish, so they can't have meat. So the mom, like, throws it out. Pretends to throw it out, and we find the mom eating all the meat. Even though they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's where I thought it was going to go. The mom was eating her dish instead.
Oh, that's funny.
Wait, why can't Jewish people have meat? Am I dumb?
They can't have meat and cheese.
It's like,
touch.
yeah, it can't be on the same board, and that can't be on the same dining table as, like, their meal. So the
I
mom
did not
took
know
it
that.
to their kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
It
Don't
might
come
be
for me.
pork, maybe not all meat. I don't know.
I think it's all meat and dairy.
Yeah.
But can't be prepared
That
together.
show's so good.
That is funny.
Is hilarious. So, who's the asshole here besides the mother?
Why is the mother
The
always
husband.
the asshole?
I know. I mean, we do have a skewed perspective. The mom's not writing in on Reddit.
True.
But throwing away the dish and pretending you never brought it is crazy.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, imagine the mothers writing this in on Reddit. How would they even frame themselves as not the asshole?
Yeah.
So, my daughter-in-law is pregnant and can't eat meat, but I still threw her whole dish away.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Am I the crazy one, though?
Yeah, Mom.
She doesn't want to eat my food?
And
In
it's
my
just
house?
food waste. It's so sad.
It is food waste.
For real.
No, I can't with these people. Is the husband the asshole?
Yeah.
Did he say he didn't want to leave, or he was just like, don't cause a scene? How did it go?
He said after the fact.
But he didn't know that his mom threw away the food.
Oh, he didn't? How do you not?
know.
You showed up carrying a tray. I know you carried it in the house.
No. He knew because it says there was a huge blow up after she denied not seeing the food. So the table knew about this.
The food that he had cooked in his house.
Yes.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the husband said let it go. So she left.
No.
No.
Good for her for leaving.
Yeah.
Don't put up with that nonsense.
Let it go.
Wow. This is so tragic.
Like, the mom has to carry that to her grave. That she never received food from that girl.
Also, did she check the trash as she walked out? Where'd you put it?
And the garbage.
But, like, wouldn't they have seen it in the trash?
But what are they going to do? Take it out of the garbage?
No,
for
but
her
at
to
least
eat?
it's proof.
I don't
Yeah, I would
know.
have taken a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they have one of those sink ones that just,
Yeah.
breaks it down.
Or she hid it in her room.
Psychotic that you need a divorce.
She fed it
If
to
she
the dog.
didn't, that's crazy. That's a wrap on this week's episode of the Neighbors Pod. Thanks for diving into some kind of wild Am I the Asshole stories for Thanksgiving.
If you have your own stories or you want to weigh in on any of the ones we shared today, please leave us a comment and we would love to get back to you on it.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go, be sure to follow us on Instagram at theneighbors.pod, follow us on TikTok at theneighborspod, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search The Neighbors Pod. You'll find us there.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow, like, if you're watching on YouTube, give us a rating. Wherever you are, give us some feedback. We want to hear from you, and it helps us out, and it helps us find more neighbors.
Yes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bye, neighbor.
Bye, neighbor. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.